Hey scholars, it's Miss Marnon. So today we're working on compound probability and we're going to be using some diagrams to help us figure it out. So our objective today is I can use a diagram to help me determine compound probability. For our review question on our DIN, what is the probability of the spinning red on the spinner below? So pause the video and see if you can figure this out on your own. Okay, so we have 8 total sections, and out of 8, 3 of them are red. So our probability is 3 out of 8 or 3/8. For our preview question, what would be the probability of spinning red, then blue? So pause the video and think about this. Do you think it's going to be bigger, smaller than 3/8? I see that blue would be 2/8 or 1/4. How do you think these are related? Okay, so we're going to actually learn more about this later this week. So let's come back to this on Friday to see if we can figure it out, because we're going to learn some rules over the next few days. So for our vocabulary today, we have compound probability, the blank of blank or more events happening. So it's the chance of 2 or more events happening. So that means instead of just rolling a die once or spinning a spinner once or picking a card at random once, we're actually doing something twice or more. So for our first exercise in our notes, what are all possible outcomes of flipping 2 coins? So we're going to use a tree diagram or a table to help us. So think if you can think about all the ways I could get 2 heads, 2 tails, heads and tails, tails and heads. So there's 2 kinds of diagrams we use. We use a tree diagram, so I can show for the first coin, I can get heads or I can get tails. And then from here, if I got heads the first time, I could get heads again, or I could get tails again. If I got tails first, I could get heads, or I could get tails on the second one. This shows us all 4 of the probabilities. We can write this, or all the 4 possible events. We can write this as an organized list as heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, and tails, tails. Those are our 4 possible outcomes. Another way we can do it is using a table. So it's kind of like how we learned about multiplication tables. So this one will be coin 1. I could get heads or I could get tails. And this can represent coin 2. I could get heads or I could get tails. So if we did this kind of like a multiplication table, we can put things that go together. So this would be heads and heads. This one could be tails and heads. This one would be heads and tails. And this one would be tails and tails. So all possible outcomes are these 4. We can see them in the table. We can see them in a tree diagram. Those are just some options we can use. So exercise 2, the ice cream shop near Miss Marnon has a build your own sundae option. She can pick 1 topping from each column on the menu below. So I can pick one of these sauces on top and then I can get a topping. How many possible sundaes can Miss Marnon make? Use a tree diagram or a table to help you. Pause the video and see if you can figure out what this diagram would look like on your own. Okay, I'm going to use a tree diagram. I think they're very easy to see. So I could either get caramel, so I'll put that as a C. I could get chocolate sauce, or I could get strawberry sauce. We need a little bit more room. So from the caramel, I could get rainbow sprinkles or get chopped nuts. If I got chocolate sauce, I could get rainbow sprinkles, or I could get the chopped nuts. From strawberry, I could get rainbow sprinkles or the chopped nuts. So we can see here, I have a total of 6 different options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could get caramel with rainbow, or I could get caramel with nuts. I could get chocolate with rainbow sprinkles, or I could get chocolate with nuts. I can get strawberry with rainbow sprinkles, or I can get strawberry with nuts. So I made the mistake and I told Jake to surprise me with a sundae. What is the probability Jake picks the combination Miss Marnon actually wants? So what I actually want is strawberry with rainbow sprinkles. So we had to figure out the probability that he gets it right. Well, we know probability is the desired outcomes over the total. So there's one that I want. out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. So the probability that Jake comes home with the right Sunday is 1/6. Exercise 3. Dax is going through a haunted house at Fright Nights. He first has to pass through one of 2 doors marked A and B. So first he has to go through A and B, and then he must choose one of the 3 doors marked 1, 2, and 3. Use a diagram to determine all possible paths through the haunted house. So he could take door A and go through 1, A and 2, A and 3, or B and 1, B and 2, B and 3. So pause the video and do either a tree diagram or a table to help you. Okay, let's do a table for this one. So we'll do A and B this way, and then 1, 2, and 3 this way. So Dax could go through door A and then door 1. He could do A and then 2, A and then 3, or he could do B and 1, B and 2, B and 3. So we have a total of 6 different outcomes. So he could go on this path, this path, this one, this one, this one, or this one. Only one path leads out of the haunted house. What is the probability Dax takes the right path out of the haunted house? So we don't know which one it is, but we do know it's one path out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible paths. So Dax has a 1 out of 6 or 1/6 chance of making it out of the haunted house. For the rest of your lesson, make sure you're completing these practice problems. So you have one here about Brendan guessing on a true/false quiz, and then we have a game with 2 spinners. Your exit ticket is about Miss Reno ordering a smoothie, and then you have independent practice 36 on Canvas.